Hi again, everybody, and welcome into the 2023 Heart Men's Soccer Media Day. I am your host, Nick Vassos, Fox 4 anchor in Kansas City, and also the play-by-play voice of the Kansas City Comets of the Major Arena Soccer League. Let's welcome in the Pioneers. Today, we are excited to be joined by the MidAmerica Nazarene University head coach, Kevin Wardlaw, and Johnny Munoz. Welcome to both of you guys. Good to see you again.
Appreciate it. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Awesome. Coach, let's start with your program. First off, being named the Hart Musco Sportsman Team Award recipient for the second straight year. You were honored with that award at the Hart Summit a few days ago. What does it say about your program and, to garner an award like that for the second straight season?
Yeah, no, it's always, any award is a testament to the guys that we have. And so we've got an incredible group of young men, and they compete well every day and, strive for excellence, but at the same time, kind of understand kind of the bigger picture of what it looks like to operate and kind of in daily life and, respect those around them. And as you know, that fine balance between being a competitor, but still keeping in mind that those things matter and there's always eyes watching us. And so to have the coaches, say that we were, a team that deserved that is a great honor. And especially in this conference, and especially with this group of coaches and the teams, I think there's a lot of teams that absolutely could put their name on that list and that could be well received. But so we're definitely honored.
Let's talk about the talented senior seated just to the right of you, Johnny Munoz. Talk about Johnny. What has he meant to your program, and what does he mean to your side this year?
Yeah, no, Johnny's obviously an incredible player, first and foremost. But aside from that, I was lucky enough to meet him when he was 16 years old, and just from the Olathe community, and very, very quickly realized that kind of above and beyond his abilities as a player, which is incredible. He's a finer young man, and so I think that is who Johnny is. Johnny is a soccer player, but that's not his identity, and his identity lies in things outside of that. And so to have him come to MNU and kind of find a home, I think that's been the biggest thing for me, is to kind of sit back and witness that is Johnny's found a home here. And so, his impact on the field, off the field, within our leadership team and everything is incredible. And it speaks to who he is and how he was raised, and just a incredible young man with a really good head on his shoulders. So just happens to be a phenomenal soccer player.
Yeah, you must have noticed him when he was playing for the national team, U16 team, back in the day. Did you see him playing some games there?
I didn't actually see him during that period. I actually met him just after that. And so when he was part of SKC's academy, and then just made a switch and kind of how he was going to pursue soccer, that's when I met him. And so two of my daughters actually go to Olathe West, where he went, and so we're very familiar kind of with that program as well. And so, but I met Johnny just after that.
Wow, no doubt the Owls are proud of Johnny. That is for sure. Johnny, let's chat with you, and let's get your reaction also to the Hart Musco Sportsmanship Award. What does it mean to you, and what does it mean to your fellow teammates on the team?
Yeah, no, I think it's incredible. I think it's obviously great to get awarded or to get recognized in terms of the game and just having a quality team. But beyond that, this award means so much more, It speaks to the character of the team, our values, what we look for, not just as players, but as people, as persons, as human beings, especially as teammates, not only to ourselves, but to the other players, the opponent. So it's fantastic. And I'm grateful to be a part of a team that strives to be great, not just as players, but as people.
Hey, Johnny, how do you cultivate or how do you have those leadership skills for your team, and also, setting a good example for the campus community?
Yeah, no, I think I'm grateful to my parents, obviously being raised in a way that's looking out for other people, right? Being selfless, not selfish. But above that, and beyond that, and the foundation of all things has just been my faith in Jesus and what that means for my life and my family and just for us as humans. And so following him. Coach says something all the time. It says you can't be a leader unless you followed first. And so being able to follow Jesus and his leadership has allowed me to lead in my life and on the team.
That's awesome. Always like to ask these interesting questions from players of, like with team traditions. Are there any team traditions that you and maybe your teammates have, or fun events that the team does that fosters unity within the team or maybe the community itself? And don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. You can tell us.
No, of course. I mean, I think there's just a lot of little things, right? As a family, just being able to get together before every training session and talk as a team and spur each other on, praying together after. But then there's little things. I mean, like birthdays and having people run through tunnels and splashing them with water and hitting them and giving them a little pat on the back. Might be a little bit harder than a pat on the back, but something like that. Just little things like that's incredible.
All right, let's talk about the season, guys. Coach, your team is heading west for a couple of games. Next week, you'll be in Colorado. You'll be taking on the School of Mines and Colorado Christian. How much are you looking forward for that trip here, and how do you see your squad in these 2 games coming up?
Yeah, I think anytime you get an opportunity to go on the road and travel, there's a lot of benefits that go well beyond the field, right? That's a chance to continue to build team unity. There's the experience of playing college sports. If you've done it, you know that a lot of the stories that come out when you're away and you're now an alumni are stories that are off the pitch. It's not really on the pitch, right? You enjoy your time on the pitch, you win some games, you lose some games. But what you talk about is the stuff that happens, on the road or in the restaurants or in the hotels. And so just getting a chance to go out west, we get to see different opponents. Obviously it's very beginning of the year, so they're going to be in preseason. We'll be in preseason. So both teams will be really kind of focused on their own teams and seeing what things look like, but just the opportunity to travel again, to be together. We've got a really diverse team. About half the guys are from our international, half the guys are from the United States. And so again, you go into Denver and get a day trip up into the Rockies, and you get to see some things that maybe you've never seen. Maybe you're in a situation that you've never been in. So it's kind of part of that holistic approach to the opportunity of playing a sport. It's not just the X's and O's, but it's the things outside of it. And many times those things are as impactful as anything that happens on the field.
Yeah. Johnny, you're going to get a chance to make some memories when you guys go out west to Colorado. How much are you looking forward to sharing that time with your teammates and having some fun?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I think, like Coach said, being able to travel together that distance and to just be alongside guys, your teammates, your brothers for that period of time is incredible. And also to face a new opponent, to face new teams, a different style of play, different area. Obviously, Denver's a little bit higher up in altitude, and so that as well, that factors in. So super exciting. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. That's great. Coach, I'm curious if there's one word or maybe a sentence that may describe your team as you're going into the fall season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the thing that we've been focusing on in some of our leadership talks over these last few days is trust. And we've really kind of dug into what does trust look like and how is that so impactful as we approach a season. Because as you know, having covered sports for as many years as you have, you see the ups and the downs and the things that happen within the sport that give you opportunity to face conflict. And so at the foundation of any successful team are the relationships, and those relationships have to be kind of founded in trust. And so we've spent quite a bit of time over the last few days with an entirely big group of new guys coming from all over the world, just really digging into what's it look like to be vulnerable, to create those relationships, to begin to build that trust, so that when we are in the trenches and the wars here coming up with some things that go well, but also more importantly, the things that don't go well, that we'll have kind of that foundation to move forward and learn from that. I think this group of guys have set lofty goals for this team, and rightly so. But that's a journey. And so we have to take it a day at a time. And a lot of times it starts with setting that foundation of who we are and not just what we're going to do each day.
Coach, you had a lot of success over your time at MNU for sure. And you're coming off another successful campaign from last year. I'm wondering, you made another run of the national tournament here. I'm wondering what experiences you may take from last year so that you can make even a deeper run in the national tournament this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the biggest key again, as you know, as you follow sport, one of the biggest things that's happened in the last few years is the transfer portal, right? Is kind of the culture has kind of started to move towards, listen, the grass might be greener on the other side of the fence. And unfortunately, I think we've got, too many players being influenced to not recognize what they have, but to think about what they could have. And sometimes that's right. I'm not completely against it, but I think the thing that we did this year was we had such a good group of guys, and we had a group of guys that committed to coming back. And so it's not just that experience from last year that is actually going to help us. It's the fact that those individuals who went through that are back. And so we've got a really good group of returners. The culture in our team is very, very strong. It is led by our players. Obviously, we as coaches have an opportunity to influence that, but this is a very player-led team. And so I'm excited to see these guys kind of step forward and take from what they've learned. And for the guys that committed to coming back, that had opportunities to do other things, they now get to walk into a season with a group of brothers, family, as Johnny said, and pursue excellence once again.
Coach, your school, along with many others in the Heart, are really beginning to improve their facilities. And there's going to be a groundbreaking coming up this fall on a new athletic complex, the Copeland Athletic Complex, where there's going to be a new stadium and upgrades to several sports facilities. Much forward are you looking forward to this? And what do you think it's going to do for MNU and your program?
Yeah, I think anytime that you're able to improve your facilities, it's great, right? So our football team and our track program have done incredibly well and been here a long time. And so to be able to bring them back home and get them on campus, I think is vital. And so we're excited for them. And then obviously kind of a supplement to that is that we play on natural grass, and we're very proud of our natural grass, but natural grass doesn't like rain. And so to have the turf stadium and as a backup and an opportunity for us to maybe play at different times of the day, but also not have to go off campus if we do run into inclement weather. I think those things are the things that just continue to enhance kind of what we already offer. And then locker rooms, obviously that's, I've been in this a long time. Locker rooms used to be kind of a non-issue, and now it's a space. It's a space that becomes yours, and it can really influence your team culture. And I think that's one thing we haven't had. And so I'm super excited for us to be able to engage in that and see what that actually does as we continue to build this program and give these guys an opportunity.
300 victories over 300 victories, Coach, for you. That's pretty impressive.
It just
20
means
years,
old, man. It just
20,
means
is it 21? Is it 21 years you've been there in MNU?
Yeah, this is the 21st season. This one coming up.
This will be the 21st season.
Yeah.
Do you ever reflect about what it's been like for you and your family? And I mean, the players are your family as well, but it's a lot of victories, a lot of success, and a lot of memories. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, what it does is it allows me to kind of sit back I was called to do this, and I've always felt that way. And so to kind of get that perspective of 300 wins or 21 seasons, or the opportunity to be a part of this many guys' lives in the short time that I get to be around them. Those are the things that when you reach milestones like this, it kind of gives you that pause. We live such busy lives, and we're just on to the next thing. And as competitors, it's never enough, right? There's only one team that walks away from a season absolutely happy, and the rest of us go, okay, let's go get it again. And so when you reach a milestone like that, it's nice to take a pause and reflect and realize how blessed you are. And just realize that the work that you're doing has had an opportunity to be impactful, and you hope that you can continue to do that. And so, but that pause is, the way I'm wired, that pause is pretty brief. I'm on to the next one. And but MNU's been really good to myself. Kansas City's a phenomenal place to raise a family. You know that. And so I've raised my 3 girls here, and they're off in college now. And so I can't say enough about the support that we've had and the group of alumni that we've had that have entrusted us as coaches to give them this opportunity. So now we're going for the next one, whatever that is.
All right. That's head coach Kevin Wardlaw, the MNU Pioneers, and senior Johnny Munoz. Continued success to both of you guys. Really enjoyed chatting with you, and wish you the best of luck this year. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.